My boyfriend keeps asking me to do kegels. My boyfriend, 22M, and I, 25F, have been together about 3 months. We have a great sex life. We have sex every day and we both finish every time. In the last couple of weeks he told me I should start doing kegels. We're apart for 2 weeks because of his job and we aren't really able to talk more than a few minutes a day. During a couple of these conversations, he's been asking me how my kegels have been coming along and how I'm gonna feel so much tighter. I haven't been doing them. I haven't had kids and I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I've never had any complaints like this from previous partners. My last constantly told me how tight I was. I feel like I've internalized this and it's making me not that excited to sleep with him when he's back. Should I take this as constructive criticism or is this a dick move on his part? He's probably gripping his dick too hard when he masturbates, causing it to lose sensitivity so in comparison you feel loose. I've seen it happen to a bunch of guys. This is his problem, not yours. Edit. Of course my first popular comment on Reddit is about the good old death grip. To the people asking if it can be reversed, yes of course, very easily. Be gentle and use a softer grip on yourselves. Strongly recommend not watching porn as you're going to get distracted and forget to be gentle. 3 months in and this. Hun. Bring up all the information you can find on how the vagina works and show him. Having kids doesn't matter. The amount of sex doesn't matter. So on. Then maybe bring up the medical details of what Kegel exercises are for and show him. 'Cause it's not meant for sex. Last, ask him what he thinks it's supposed to benefit and why he cares about your bladder and rectum so much. Like, are you losing control of those during sex and somehow not noticing? 'Cause if that's the case, he should just inform you so you can talk to a doctor about it. Do the research, force him to put his foot in his mouth and back off. You got this. EW. Red flag behavior. This is the type of behavior after 3 months. Nah, mate. Back in the bin that goes. This gives me flashbacks to that one time my ex said during sex, I can tell somebody else has been in here. He was always a moron. It hurt my feelings at first but I know I am tight enough. Tell him to use weights to lengthen his penis. Your boyfriend is an asshole. I'd say you've heard how using a penis pump can make his dick bigger. See how he likes it. He's a jerk. 3 months in. The dick can't be that good girl. Location flag, 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 location flag. Sorry doll. I hate to be the messenger but your boyfriend is low-key telling you that he thinks you are a bit loose in the downtown. IMO. He's a genuine loser. Maybe you should buy him a penis pump, wrap it all nice then give it to him as a gift. When he unwraps it, give him the most beautific smile and say, you should really use it. You'll feel so much bigger after a while. Penis pump. $20. Shipping. Approximately $10. The look on his face. Priceless. I loves me some pretty revenge. Edited for spelling. Kegels are great. If you can get strong enough you could squeeze his dick off and then ask him if he really though telling you to do them was such a good idea. Dick move. Reply with, women who have a lot of orgasms don't need to do kegels because orgasms exercise the same muscles. I think I'd rather find a man who can make me come regularly, than keep you, who keeps trying to make me feel insecure. Bye. My husband told me the same thing. I didn't do anything but did get really insecure. He always said I was really tight but then told me to do kegels. He gave up masturbating and it got better lol. I would just tell him that you aren't doing them and you don't appreciate that he is making you feel inadequate in some way. Do not lie to him and tell him that you are doing them. That accomplishes nothing. Just say that you aren't comfortable doing them and you don't want to do them. He will respect that or you give up on him. There is nothing at all wrong with you. If he's concerned about the fit, suggest he pursue a penis enlargement or buy him a penis pump for his next birthday and remind him to use it every day. Tell him he's gripping his dick too hard when he masturbates. Lots of guys do this, and it can actually chafe and tear his skin, in addition to making a normal healthy vagina not feel tight enough. The problem is 100% him, not you. He's asking telling. Should is not a request. You to change your body for a minuscule enhancement of his enjoyment. not even your own. Fuck that. He's not worth the effort if that's his attitude. You haven't been together long enough for that entitled behavior. Dude needs to grow the fuck up and realize you get to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and his dick doesn't get to dictate that. How has no one in this comment section mentioned that a tight vagina means you aren't aroused? Vaginas naturally loosen during arousal. Pull a reverse Uno card and say you've ordered some penis enlargement pills so he can better fill you, since all of his dick seems to be in his personality. I've never understood guys saying girls are too loose. I mean, women should do them anyway because it helps with all sorts of medical issues. I'm 27 and I have to do them as it helps with bladder control. It also helps strengthen the muscles anyway. I mean, him asking you to do it just so you are tighter is kinda rude and misinformed because it doesn't always work for that purpose. It can make you anxious and end up being so tight it's painful. I also have experience in this. It's kinda a dick move and proves he knows fuck all about the female body if he thinks you are tighter when you haven't been doing them. If you are tighter, it's likely out of anxiety and he should be putting that kinda pressure on you. It can lead to serious damage mentally and physically. DCK move. So what's next after that boob job? The list will keep going on and on. Do steroids. Practice your kegels. Snap his dick off with your power vag. And #X200B. But in all seriousness, this guy is a freaking tool who beats off too much. Put him in the bin. Less than 3. Kegels are for bladder control, for the most part. You don't need to do anything. There's nothing to improve. He is misinformed. My wife and I both think he's negging you to set you up for the excuse. I only cheated 'cause you're not tight enough. I hope that's not it, but anyone who suggests kegels to his partner is super insensitive. Maybe you should ask him to use a penis enlarging pump. Lol. Ask him to name all the anatomical parts of the vagina, and if he can't, then tell him to keep his mouth shut. Dick move. Tears of joy. Give him one of those penis pumps and remind him to use it. 3 months. Next time he mentions kegels, just hang up the phone and go do something more intelligent. There is no intelligent life on that phone. Lock down your birth control. You don't want to procreate with stupid. You can fuck it if it's fun, but don't make babies with it. Please don't internalize this. Anyone who does even the most rudimentary research knows that loose vagina thing is a fallacy. And anyone who is so ignorant about vaginas certainly doesn't deserve access to one. Talk about killing the goose that laid the golden egg. You have sex every day, and he's not satisfied with how tight you are. What planet is he on? Ask him what his intentions are, why he wants you to do them, and tell him how it makes you feel. Damn, men are weird. Ask him how the penis enlargement pills are working, because it's going to feel so much better once it's a decent size. Then show him the science of how neither kegels or pills don't actually produce the results he wants. Then tell him to knock that shit off and be happy or get the fuck out. I'd tell him to get a grip. Literally a very tight grip if he wants a super tight feeling on his dong. My guess is he's playing a power move to test you and see how compliant you are to his requests, demands. If he's trying to control your vagina after 3 months, imagine how controlling he'll be a year from now. It kind of seems like he's negging you. I'd run far away. Put him in the bin. Tell him you'll start doing kegels when he starts getting his dick extended. What an asshat. Small dick energy right there. Tell him to stop his death grip masturbating and maybe he'll enjoy sex like normal people do. SMDH. I don't think he's necessarily saying that you aren't right. I'm right as hell and I know it. But I do kegels because not only does a man find it hot when I milk his dick with my pussy, but because it feels good for me. It makes me feel confident, like it's a special little trick up my sleeve. Plus I can feel him better when I squeeze and it improves things for me as well. They aren't for everybody, however, and if you don't want to do them, just tell him. Hopefully he will understand and leave it, since it sounds like you don't need to be tighter. Snort, he. No honey. He's just had death grip, masturbation, and doesn't know anything else. He's a dick. Move on. Tell him to grow his dick. Ex-boyfriend. Sounds like the size issue might be on his end, not yours. Sounds like he's small. You need to upgrade lol. I've had an 8 pounds child come out of me and no one ever said I need to do vag exercises lol. He is a jerk. Make him an X. That's enough for me to drop him right the fuck there. Only took 3 months to find out what a shit he is, at least. Kegels make your grip stronger. Makes them come faster. Ex worker. This is an amazing trick for getting a session to end early. If a guy asked me to do it though, I'd do all I could to make the experience worse for him. If HES told you to do it and is checking on your progress, when you haven't agreed to do them in the first place, drop him. This is a red flag, and you can either work with him to figure out why he can't be making these kinds of calls and judgments, or you can leave him to figure it out for himself. Either way, I wouldn't let this problem drop because this attitude will spill into other topics and subjects and trust me you'll get tired of it real fast. Buy him a penis pump and suggest he is just not getting the friction going. Well, from what I know, Kegels aren't just about getting tighter, but they increase your control of your muscles down there. A lot of women swear by them. As a guy, he has probably heard the crazy stories of what women who do Kegels can do and just really wants to experience it. In your case, I would suggest you talk to him directly about this. Get him to explain why exactly he wants you to do them and have an open discussion about it. That's weird and creepy. Just no. Side note. Kegels pay off in your 40s. You won't pee when you sneeze. It's so much better than wearing pads for pee. But you can start anytime. And like any muscle group, they can become wicked strong. Like my partner has pleaded no stop at release. It hurts. So you could teach him by teaching him. My intention was never to hurt my husband. Kegels were to control pee. Lie. He's clearly dumb. He won't know. Hope the sex is worth putting up with stupid. Tell him to do levels so he lasts longer. Am I the only one here who thinks these two should communicate rather than break up? And #X200B. I see so many people like, whoa, red flags, or, break up with him, but have you? I dunno. Considered telling him that this isn't a thing you enjoy? If he gets angry after you tell him your feelings, then yeah, break up. But tell him how you feel first and see what he says afterwards. And #X200B. We live in a society where we are so quick to just give up without communicating our feelings and emotions.